YouTube. It's Christine with Souls Rising, jumping on with some oracle messages. This video is for the sign of Scorpio. So for all of my Scorpios out there, sun, moon, or rising, stick around. You will want to hear these messages. I'm going to start with the oracle and then jump into the tarot. And let's just see what we get with the oracle cards for Scorpio. This is a collective message, guys, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And of course, as always, these find you at the right time. So when you discover this message, that is the time that you need to hear it. It is timeless. All right, Scorpio. So, Scorpio, here's what we have. I have the Starry Night Acceptance coming out in the first position, followed by Daffodil Fairy New Beginnings, Aspen Spirit Courage, Crystal Cave, which is Trust, Wizard of the Woods Focus, and Secret Spring Success. And for my Scorpios, I'm actually getting, with this Starry Night coming out before the New Beginnings card, I'm actually getting that for my Scorpios, you guys have just gone through a journey of coming to terms with something, was the way that this came in. So I feel like there may have been something about you or about your life and your journey that you really have been wrestling with and had to really come into a space of deep acceptance of what is about a situation, maybe about a person, could be about a job or a career path that you were on as well for some of my Scorpios out there. But it's like the power is in the acceptance, the power is in really having the courage to see something clearly, to see the truth of a situation. And Scorpio is a very psychic sign. We are the truth seekers. We are the sign that will be known for digging deep and looking under every rock until we discover what's hiding there. And I feel like what the challenge was for my Scorpios recently was that it was digging within the self. It was inner work that we were doing where we had to really get in there and see, what is hiding within, or what is the truth hiding within us that needs to be acknowledged so that we can move forward. And it's interesting because as I'm talking about this, Spirit's showing me, it's almost like one of these things, it's like once it's seen, it just sort of dissolves, but it needed to be honored, it needed to be understood, it needed to be owned and accepted in order for that to happen. And what that is now leading to is a new beginning. All of the signs this month are going through these really major transitions where they're on the cusp of exiting one really big cycle and entering something new. And we've got new beginnings showing up here. And with the Courage card coming in right after it, I do feel like this is something that you guys had to show deep courage to face about the situation. So this is a truth that maybe wasn't easy to accept, or truth that you really had to dig deep to come to terms with, okay? And I get for my Scorpios, like, as hard as that has been, I feel like you're getting a little breather, but it's not done yet. That's the message I keep getting. Things aren't over yet. It's almost like you guys are getting this tiny little space to breathe, and then you're like right back on your feet because you opened up a new beginning and you opened up a new adventure with whatever this was that you saw and accepted and owned. And now is not the time to rest on your laurels. It's actually going to be the time to stay focused on your goals, because now it's like you freed up the energy that was needed to move forward with something that you really felt in your heart was true, or felt in your heart you needed to do. With the Trust card, I do feel for some of my Scorpios, this is definitely a nod to your intuition, that you really had to come to terms with developing your own trust. And I hear trust in yourself, okay? It may, for some of you, be trust in a higher power. I feel though, like for most of you, it's certainly that deeper level of faith, but it's trusting yourself, trusting that you have what you need, and trusting in your own connection to the divine, in your own intuitive visions, So some of you could have gotten like clouded like by ego, or gotten kind of in your head about something, and you were convinced that you weren't maybe seeing the situation clearly, but I'm hearing you are. You are, and that's about to make itself known, or is in the process of making itself known now. And so there's like vindication coming in here. And I really feel like for my Scorpios who are watching this message today, like after this, I don't feel like anything will make you doubt yourself again. Okay, but it's like you had to wrestle the bear. You had to wrestle with this in order to get to this place of like total trust and surrender, and really, you know, seeing your own truth. But what you've done is you've opened up a door to success, and it's coming in, but I don't feel like the work is done. It's like you guys are about to get kind of pummeled with all these new opportunities, which is exciting, but also it feels like a busy season that you guys are moving into. So don't lose that focus. Stay aware of what's going on. Try to stay in flow and keep moving forward with this new door that you just opened up for yourself. Because I really feel like what it did is it freed up some energy to come in, and it's going to allow you guys to really, I heard just sort of flex. So for some of you, you might have to kind of flex, but also maybe that means like pivoting. You know, maybe you thought you were going one way and you're gonna have to be a little flexible and go a slightly different direction with something. But it doesn't feel unpleasant. It feels just out of the blue. It feels unexpected. So there may just be some like unexpected opportunities, or just a lot of opportunities suddenly flooding in where maybe before you were going through a little bit of a dry spell. Okay. But this courage card, you know, I'm really being pulled, you know, to this like dark spot here in the center, which looks like a dragon to me, and really feel like this was you slaying an inner dragon, Scorpio. It's like you had to dig in and really wrestle with your own shadow to open this new door to success. And that shadow really was, you know, getting to know yourself better, getting to understand maybe the ways that you self-sabotage, or that you lose sight of your own truth. Maybe some of you out there watching this are, you know, in the habit of people pleasing, or you let other people get in your head and creep in there and bring up doubt. And, you know, my Scorpios were like one of the most intuitive signs in the zodiac. But if you let other people get in your head and make you doubt what you are feeling intuitively about a situation, you can really, you know, ride that train for a while and lose sight of what your inner vision is saying or showing you. So this is really a time to trust in what your intuition has been showing you. And I really get strong validation coming in that if you have not yet received this validation on what your intuition has been telling you, it's about to hit home. Okay, it's about to land, and I just get like, never will doubt it again. Will never doubt yourself again. Okay, so stay focused. And I also feel like there's so much magic with this particular card. It's almost like watch the magic happen. Okay, like you guys are about to really get to see the universe conspire in your favor to bring in some success that I feel has been long awaited. Okay, so some of you have been on this journey for a while. You've really been digging deep and working hard, and maybe you've been wondering where was the success? Like, when were you going to get to that happy ending? And you know, this Aspen Spirit card to me is such a fairy tale picture. It is like that fairy tale ending. It is like that happy ending card for you. So guys, it's sort of like, don't lose your focus, but prepare yourself to be in a busy season, but a blessed season, a blessed busy season, a season that is busy because of all the blessings that are coming, all the opportunities that are showing up now for you. I'm also really being pulled to all the blue butterflies on this card, and that may be a sign of confirmation for some of you watching this. For me, blue butterflies are also very much associated with Archangel Michael's energy. So, you know, and we talk about courage, but Archangel Michael is also all about protection. And it's easier to have courage when you have faith and you know that you have his protection. You have Archangel Michael protecting you, watching out for you, watching over you. You know, there's a lot of yellow with this card too. Again, for me, that blue with yellow combination is very, you know, relevant for Archangel Michael, but also like yellow is the solar plexus, the seat of our personal power. It's easier to stand tall and trust and stand in our power and take inspired actions when we know that we're being protected. You know, we can have that courage because we know we're not alone, that the divine is watching over you and holding you always. That's part of that faith and trust that you guys have really been, I feel like, developing this year. I know that has come up in some other readings for my Scorpios. Let's jump over to tarot. I want to see what Scorpio needs to be prepared for next as this busy, blessed season is popping in here. All right. So I have the Tower coming out and then being flanked by the Ace of Swords and the Lovers. And I heard karmic as soon as the Lovers came out. I really feel like what this is for some of you, what you were doing was you were actually tearing down a karmic cycle. And, you know, karmic cycles are really tough. They're sometimes the ones that really push us to our limits, that really can get us in our heads, doubting ourselves, questioning life, questioning things, wondering if we can do it, right? And I really feel like this Tower, this downfall, is whatever that was. It's like you tore something open within yourself, doing this inner work, doing this inner exploration, and it took down something that was really blocking you guys from your success, that maybe you had been getting in the way for a really long time, maybe even years. You were struggling with this inner block that now I feel like you are dissolving. You're going to watch it just melt away into nothing, like it was never even there in the first place, which is really awesome, because I really feel like the Ace of Swords is breakthrough energy. And look at the crown. Look at that crown, okay? The crown might even be a symbol for some of you. Maybe it's giving you a little confirmation again. But this is like victory and a crown. But the crown is also, you know, when we think about crown chakra, what was I saying earlier? Like some of you had to really develop faith and have the courage to trust your own intuition over everyone else and everything else. And that takes faith. It takes really, you know, a strong crown chakra. So some of you may have really been working on some crown chakra issues around faith in the universe, faith in God, and in the, you know, the mysterious forces of the universe around us, right? Having faith that you are fully supported and blessed and abundant. And then again, the Lovers. And I really feel like this is that instead of this necessarily being a couple, for some of you, this could be, there may have been a karmic relationship connected to this that you had to tear apart with that Tower coming in and the Ace of Swords. Maybe you really had to stand up for yourself against someone else who was doubting you or making you question yourself, right? Or maybe that's been a pattern for you and you finally broke free of it. But I think for a lot of my Scorpios watching this, that these two figures on the Lovers card are actually representing two aspects of yourself, the inner self, that were maybe at war with one another, and that you really had to break free from that inner battle. I think for most of you watching this, this was an inner battle that you were fighting rather than with the outside world. Even if it was sort of showing up in your outer world, I think what you really came to terms with, you know, with that acceptance card, what really opened this door and tore this Tower apart for you, closed out the cycle here, was your acceptance, your full acceptance of your own truth, of who you really are, of what you really want, an acknowledgement of that truth within, that I feel for a lot of you, I just heard shut the door. It's like it helped you shut the door on a really old, long-term cycle of pain that needed to end, that just really needed to end. And you were really ready. And I feel like for some of you, just finally found the courage to do it, or you finally faced something down. Maybe there was something that was haunting you, you know, for a long time, or always kind of, you know, those old things that operate in the background, you know, old programming, or that old voice in your head from the past that keeps telling you the same thing over and over about yourself, that maybe you finally realized that that's not really true. You were able to see through it. And instead of like letting it keep spinning there in the background and ruining your life, you finally stood up to it and said, enough of this, shut up, enough, it's not real, right? You broke free from this, you guys. So awesome. This is really amazing for you, because with that much powerful energy coming in here, I mean, this is a lot of major arcana. We got the Tower and the Lovers and the World. Those are some, and the Hermit. These are some really powerful cards. This is not just some insignificant change for my Scorpios that you're going through. This is big stuff. This is like soul level growth stuff. And whatever this is, you guys are done with it. Like, done with it. I don't think that this is going to come back because you really did close it out this time, all right? So if some of you have been feeling like you were going around and around and around in a circle and not getting anywhere with something that you were trying to heal or trying to recover from, or just a cycle you were trying to end in your life, I feel like now it's done and finished forever. You put a hard stop. I hear hard stop to it. It's so cool. All right, one more card for my Scorpios. Oh, you got more than one. Magician we have coming out with the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. You guys, my Scorpios, I really feel like this is mastery energy, okay? Manifestation. And I really feel like this is like you holding your own. And you know, the King of Cups actually is like a Scorpio card. It's one of the cards that can be representative of my Scorpios, you know, in the tarot. But with the King of Coins and the King of Cups both showing up, I feel like you guys have opened up something. It's almost like, you know, the outer and the inner aligning together. It's almost like you're able to master both, or maybe you mastered this, you know, your more 3D physical, you know, resources, home, you know, family, finances, by mastering your emotions, right? By getting a hold of the emotional energy within you. Scorpio is, you know, I think we can act cool and collected, but we're actually a very emotional sign. And I would argue probably one of the most emotional signs in the zodiac, you know, maybe not quite as bad as Pisces, but we're right up there. It's just that we tend to kind of like curl up and hide in it a little bit more. We're not as overt with showing it. Whereas, you know, maybe Pisces is a little more overt with that emotion. But this, I just really hear mastery. This is mastery, and it's putting you guys in a much better position. I feel for many of my Scorpios, this is ultimately going to put you in a more financially secure position, or just bring more stability into your life in general, so that whatever this tumultuous season was that you are leaving behind, that will come to a close, and everything, you know, it's like the seas calm, that choppy water finally smooths out, and it's like smooth sailing. It's just going to be busy, like just a lot of good things now that can finally come in for you guys. And, you know, with the Magician, it's like you manifested this. You did this through that hard work, through facing down those shadows within you. Having that courage and the strength to do it is what is opening these doors for you now and allowing all this beautiful energy to come in. So don't forget how powerful you are, Scorpio. You are that master of your own domain now, and you did it by facing down this inner demon, okay? And by really, you know, having that hard look within, and really, you know, having a come to Jesus moment with your own self, right? Really looking at something, you know, dead on, and not blinking and not flinching and not looking away. That's what has helped you break through this. So for those that you're kind of still, I feel like most of you are done with this. Like most of you did it, you're over it. If you're kind of on the tail end of it, like maybe you're just breaking through it right now, know that you're on the right track and that you can do this. Like, it's going to be worth it. And just don't lose your focus, because there's still more things coming in for you. The energy isn't going to slow down. It's about to really pick up for Scorpio over these next few months. So you're going to be busy, but pleasantly so. All right, Scorpio, those are your messages. Take care. Bye.